Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
Why do people in open relationships always look like that? I'm being very non-specific here, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. I just really want to know what...
They did not like that one. Hello and welcome to another video. Today it's all about the Wokie Asylum and I will be your guide. Hit that like button and let's begin the tour.
Pride parades should be banned.
Truth of the matter is you're surrounded by 25 really proud LGBTQIA people who do not give a about you.
You obviously do. You're here talking to me. What are you talking about? You obviously care what I have to say.
Because you give
You're
such
sitting
a hard
6 inches from
about
me.
us.
I just want to be on YouTube, Michael.
Yeah. Some just want to be on YouTube. No, I'll tell you what. Look, we can.
Obsessed, and it's harmful when in history, but also today. This month alone, our entire government is run by straight white men who are hurting these communities. And I know you live on a pedestal, and you were able to put on your little suit today and spray on your little cologne.
I didn't put on any cologne. That's just my musk. That's my natural musk. Wait, hold on.
Correction, you should have put on cologne.
Oh, wow. Real nice.
Exactly.
Real nice.
But now let's imagine a world where you had to put on a dress and you had to put on heels.
I'd prefer not to. Yeah, I don't think I would do that.
So what do you do about the people in society who have to put on their suit to live and who have to have a wife to live? Because
I don't understand what you're asking
people
me.
Should. No matter what you feel deep inside, according to your views, people
I don't think
should.
anyone should be forced to be married or...
You're telling me you just spent your entire last 3 hours talking about how my people, men, should not be dressed in gowns.
Well, I think you're dressed fine. You're wearing a big
and so
t-shirt.
What if I wore
don't know, and I like your crucifix. I would discourage you.
The thong that I'm wearing underneath
I don't need you to show me that.
Exactly.
I would suggest you not do that, but I don't really care that much.
So let's just go back to the point at hand.
Yeah. What is the point at hand?
Your idiotic claim that we should just stop LGBT.
I don't understand why it was allowed to rant for so long. Almost 2 minutes of butthurt, fatherless whines. What exactly are you trying to get across, dude? This is the issue with the far left. They are so inarticulate, they should hire a kindergartner as their spokesperson.
I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's. 3 years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team or they will lose all federal funding. If you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer. What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never gonna let that happen.
Such a shame that it has to even be said. Common sense is back in America, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I said ladies and gentlemen.
Ich bin nicht mal mit seinem Finger und das macht er mit Absicht und aufmerksam.
Ich simuliere überhaupt keine Scheiße.
Gucken Sie mal Ihren Kunden. Ja, aber das kann schon passieren. Ihr tut es zum Beispiel auch. Also da ist halt...
I honestly would quit right there and then. Why is he exposing his baldness like it's the workers' fault?
Bed bathing is difficult, especially when you got a lazy caregiver.
What the f did you just say? Especially when you got a what caregiver? Bed bathing is difficult. You're not supposed to be bathing in the bed. That's what the bathroom is for. That's what the shower is for. That's what the tub is for. You're not supposed to be bathing in the bed, sweetheart. You're lazy. You were lazy, especially when you got a lazy. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm tired. Y'all know it's way past my bedtime. I love all of you.
I didn't even know bed bathing could be done for people like these. She's literally digging to clean you up. Lazy?
It's 2025, and somehow we've already gotten to the point to where we have plus-size people suing Uber because they don't fit in the car.
Asia Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
You fit in his car?
Believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
He told her there's not enough room in his car. The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
It really hurt my feelings.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car.
I really want people to see like what we go through as bigger people.
After watching that video, I've come to the conclusion that the only reason she sued them was because she got her feelings hurt. Here's a little newsflash for you, because obviously you don't get it. This isn't about your feelings. Uber isn't responsible for making the world conform to your size. If the driver says you're too big for the car, they have every right to cancel the ride because that's a safety issue, not a discrimination issue. Genuinely curious when this is gonna end. Because first it was suing airlines for not fitting on the plane, and then hotels for not fitting in the elevator, and now Uber and Lyft drivers for not fitting in the car. I mean, what's next? Suing buffets because nothing's free? I mean, come on, get it. All I'm trying to say is that if you're this big, that's a personal issue, nobody else's. Don't try and get the world to change and fit your reality. If you're that big and can't fit, that's on you, nobody else.
This the only seat y'all got?
What you want? What you need?
A bigger chair or something.
You already little.
What I'm talking about. Good, this is the accommodation.
Regardless of all that, I commend her for choosing the perfect lawyer for this insanity. What a comparison.
I asked her to excuse me. I asked her to excuse me.
And she said no, so now
Let go of the trolley, please.
Sir, no, so you go around
I don't care. She don't control my passage anywhere. She don't belong to me. She doesn't own me. Excuse me, I've asked several times.
What you're doing at the moment,
I've asked her several times.
You're assaulting someone, sir. You're
I've
assaulting
asked
someone.
several times, please. I've asked you nicely.
You've not been provoked.
You've done it. No, I want to go down that way.
Yes, and you can go
I've asked her several times nicely.
She said no.
She doesn't have the right to say no.
I have a right to
Who the hell do you think you are?
Excuse me, I want to get past here.
You can go around, madam.
No, I'm not going round. You move.
No.
Well, I'll just knock you out the way with my trolley then.
You'll do what you must do, madam, but we're going to protest and make a point, okay? You're assaulting.
I would have ran tracks over their feet. That manager is a dummy, by the way. Blaming customers? Nah.
How do you feel with your husband like making these comments, saying rude things to women or like screaming over them?
Well, he doesn't say rude things to women until they say something rude to him first. Bangs was the first one to say, he's got wrinkles and he's old and he's got gray hair.
Okay.
So of course he's gonna say something back. And they've had exchanges back and forth before. And she's plenty happy to be rude and say mean things to him first. Everyone thinks that's okay because she's a woman. But if Andrew just simply gives her a taste of her own medicine back, you all go, you believe he said that? And it's like, why? Why is it fine for her to insult him, but it's uncalled for when he just simply gives it back to her? What's wrong with that?
I have a question for you too. You said that you're getting worse with age. How do you feel about that?
Well, I've been on the show myself and I'm 44 years old. I've had 5 kids. So no, I'm not as hot as I was when I was 22. The time of your life that you're hot is short and it's limited. You're not gonna always be a hot chick.
Trying to turn Andrew's wife Rachel into some delusion feminist with dumb statements is a bit of a losing battle, really.
Human nature to be attracted to more than one person, regardless of your inner relationship.
Hold on, repeat that.
I said I think it's human nature for people to be attracted to more than one person, even though they're in a relationship. It comes down to the commitment within the relationship.
I think it's probably not human nature to go off while staring at a phone screen 2 or 3 times a day, every single day, and I have no normal sexual intimacy with real life human females.
I used to watch porn with my ex. It was pretty fun.
Isn't that sad?
No.
That you guys can't enjoy each other? You can't be intimate without watching other people have on a TV screen and a bunch of illuminated light bulbs in your face? What's false?
That we can't have intimacy without watching other people, because we can. We just chose to like watch fun. And he was showing me girls that can like deep and like trying to teach me how to deep. It was kind of exciting.
It's cute. I like that.
Right?
It's like you're a part of it, so it's nice, you know?
Yeah.
I think that that guy should take videos of his girl and off to those.
Say it again.
That guy,
Oh.
he should take videos of his girl and off to those.
This entire clip made my lunch come back up. What are they even saying? And can't the one with a boob job just speak normally? Even the Kardashians have moved on. Thank you for your service, sir.
Feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
We'll not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
Exactly
Remember
what
this.
I'm not
You're in
dictating.
no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influenced.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You
was
don't have
in
the cards right now. With us, you start having
not
cards.
playing
But
cards.
right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
mister.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
Yes,
You're
yes.
gambling with World War III.
What do you
You're
think about?
gambling
What
with
do you
World
think
War
about?
III. And
Yeah.
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. It's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
I'm wearing
they
respect.
should have.
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting
today.
that you said thank
Even
you.
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States
are
of
you
America
speaking about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
And that's how you president. Somebody get Kamala. I would say Biden, but he's got other issues.
You're voting for Kamala. Which policies of hers do you support?
All of them, actually.
Which one specifically? Though?
Probably the women's right to choose.
What's her policy on that?
I'm out.
Not one policy.
Not necessarily more of all of her policies. It's more of like, kind of like the better choice.
Who are you voting for?
Kamala Harris.
Camilla. That's a new one. What's your favorite policy, though?
The environment.
Well, Trump was actually great for the environment. He signed the Save Our Seas Act. We were energy independent.
Everything.
What specifically?
Oh, everything. What's your favorite policy of hers?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know who you guys are voting for?
I have no idea yet. I'm still very much thinking.
Just more accessible healthcare.
So I'm hoping that she gets the first-time home buyers thing to go up.
Giving all this money away, it's going to wind up increasing the actual price of homes.
Yeah.
It's just how, capitalism works and how the economy works.
They still can't understand why and how they lost, by the way.
I think one of the ways that women are oppressed is that they are enslaved in their sexualities. I think you need to get laid, girl. I'm
Same.
engaged. I get laid quite frequently.
You need more, or the beta's not cutting it for you or something.
This is coming from a very strange position of deep internalized misogyny.
What is that?
The utterance that I need because of my behavior, because of my disagreeableness, I need to get laid. Just call me, I guess. Just use
Okay,
a
I
gendered
do think you're
insult. Okay, slay. And I'm allowed to be.
The battle of feministic misandrist. How refreshing.
This male preference argument against plastic surgery makes me want to throw up. Going under the knife to change your physical body to look more fuckable for men.
Don't you have Botox?
I don't think it has. Yes,
Being
I've gotten
fuckable.
Botox. Men get
More.
Botox. Getting breasts and getting a BBL is much different than getting Botox.
I didn't get it for a man.
You absolutely
but that's
got
not
it
our
for
per-
men.
that's- oh,
No,
that's
I
not our
didn't. I got it
perception
for
on it, though.
myself. No one gets a job for themselves.
I do
That's
get it for
ridiculous.
myself.
To feel confident for yourself.
Yeah, but
like
it's feeling
feel confident in your
confident
own
because
skin.
you feel more fuckable.
Why is everything about-
Why is everything about you're getting you are adding organ to your body? How is that a joke?
I think you might be the joke.
You are altering your body in a potentially lethal.
Lower your voice.
In a potential.
Lower your voice. Thanks. Lower your voice.
The cleavage draped in red has definitely had surgery, hence the irrational offense. I guess I like the beret girl. Shocking.
Are you alive? Huh? Are you alive?
I think I'm alive, yeah.
Think you're alive.
Yeah.
Is the sun shining?
I think it's shining, yeah. From my frame of reference, it is shining.
Philosophy is ticklish. You think you're alive?
Are you gay?
Yes.
What LGBT rights are you afraid to lose under Trump's presidency coming up?
All of them.
What specifically, though?
I'm not sure exactly which rights he's attacking, but probably all of them. So, because he doesn't like the LGBT community.
I mean, he had a gay wedding at his house in Mar-a-Lago. Did you know that?
No. He just wanted more votes, I'm assuming.
He did that the first 4 years he was president already. He was the first president to stand on stage with the LGBT flag. He had the first openly gay cabinet member, Rick Grinnell.
I didn't know that.
Are you gay?
Yeah.
Are you afraid of Trump being in office? Like, are you afraid that you're going to lose any rights?
I think indirectly, because obviously the federal government is separated from states. However, I live in the state of Florida, which is mostly a red state. I think that some of the things that are being allowed in the federal government due to like who the president is can definitely like indirectly affect me. I'm more scared economically because I fall into a low income category. I'm praying for the best. I'm both a racial minority, like sexuality wise puts me in that place too, and then like economically I fall low on the scale.
Well, what would you say if I said that Trump had a record number of Black and Hispanic voters, like that was supporting him this election?
Oh yeah, I know that.
So why would you worry if more people? I mean, assuming you're Hispanic or you're half Black, half Hispanic, you're a good mix. I could tell.
I mean, I'm not surprised. People vote depending on what they think is going to help them. So if he was appealing to voters that fell into those statistics, then they're gonna vote for him.
What rights do you think LGBT people are afraid of losing now that Trump's gonna be in office? Do you think they're afraid?
I mean, I can tell you why I think they're afraid. I don't think it's rights that they necessarily actually should have. I don't think it's an actual right to...
I mean, you watch a ton of gay content creators, right? You watch you watch Blair White.
I have close friends that are gays and in the LGBT community, and I love them dearly, like, nothing against them by any means. But personally, like, transitioning minors is not a right in my eyes.
Same. I agree with that. I think Blair White agrees with that as well.
Yeah, I think the rights that they're afraid of losing, well, maybe, like, marriage rights, but I don't think that's actually happening. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I mean, he had a gay wedding at his house like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think Trump
I think it was like 2 months ago.
To get married, to be with who you want. I don't think Trump being in office poses any real threat to anyone's livelihood.
What rights do gay people have that straight people don't, and vice versa? I really can't think of anything, unless their entitlement is asking for even more acceptance. But if most people are iffy about you guys right now, it's because you have become very hard to tolerate. Also, you didn't lose rights the first time, why worry this time?
Do you think our system has flaws?
Yeah, there's no perfect system.
Okay. Do you think any of those flaws might have to do with some sort of discrimination?
No, none at all. And if they are, then we need to point them out, which no one has put it out there that specifically this is discriminating specifically against that race. Most of the things that we hear about specifically when it comes to criminal justice and everything else has to do with classes more than it has to do with race.
Wealth classes?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. But don't you think wealth classes is related to race?
Do it, and we wouldn't be talking about white people and black people. We'd be talking about black people versus Asians then. Because Asians are the top class when it comes to wealth.
Okay.
She does look Asian, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So the conversation switched to her people, and she got really quiet. A stellar woke advocate, no surprise there.
In one of your clips, you said that black people make up 30% of the population, 50% of the crime. That is just wrong, but...
No, it's actually higher than 50%, but yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, so I said crime. That is just not true. You're talking about murder. And like you're going straight to murder.
Oh yeah, you're right. I should be way more specific.
Yeah, you should be specific.
That blacks tend to kill more people than Hispanics, whites, and Asians combined. You're totally right.
Bro just betrayed his people. What point was he trying to make? Charlie downplayed the statistics, so he is wrong.
We love black people, unless they're conservative. No, it's they, them, and Zer. Yeah, don't mess it up. It's not a baby in the womb. It's a fetus. It's a fetus. It's Kamala. It's Kamala. Say her name. Say her name. A painting has a painter, a house has a builder, but the world, no creator whatsoever. Random explosion. It's just a clump of cells. Just a random explosion. Trump's record low inflation of 1.2% in 39 years? He can thank Obama for that. Biden's record high inflation of 9.2%, he can blame Trump for that. I'm talking. When my child gets older, I'll let them decide their gender, but I'm still gonna have a gender reveal. Black lives matter, and black on black crime, what's that? It's a clump of cells. Anyone that identifies as a woman should be able to go into a woman's bathroom and play women's sports. Respect women, their bodily autonomy, and not have men mansplain. We came from monkeys. Heck no, I'm not letting my 15-year-old get a tattoo. I'll let my 15-year-old get a gender reassignment though.
Can't wait to see Kamala in 2028 though. I miss the craziness.
But we're supposed to have sympathy and give grace to black women for stuff like this. This is supposed to be funny. And the comments don't make it no better. The comments are women laughing, the women who are saying me too, let me hurry up. Like, this stuff is a joke. Which is why we're not taken seriously. All these women were fighting for their lives about Kamala losing because our rights were being taken away and we can't do this with our body. And women do stuff like this. They make jokes about this stuff. Like, this is sad. This is sad. We are such a joke and we don't really care about our bodies. It's all talk. It is literally all talk. And as I always say, what kind of example does it set for young girls who are watching and using unaliving babies as a birth control method?
Who inseminated that though? I mean, she doesn't even look fit to care for herself.
Hey MAGA, how come all you look like you got rejected by God as a sacrifice?
What does that even mean? I have questions. I wanted so badly for this to be satire, but it is not. The lack of self-awareness is astounding. It's crazy. And I have so much to say, like a lot, but TikTok won't let me.
Somebody doesn't have mirrors at home and it shows.
My assertion here is that I do not value the fetus prior to that point because they lack this ability that is necessary for them to be harmed.
Interesting. He says they lack the ability necessary for them to be harmed. But someone can be harmed without ever being consciously aware of it. For example, if you had a right to an inheritance, but someone illegally changed the will to rob you of what should have been yours, then you were harmed without ever being aware of it. Moreover, if a woman is unconscious and under complete anesthetic for a surgery, and the surgeon rapes her and then murders her, she will have been harmed despite never feeling pain and never being aware of the harm that was done to her.
That little blonde man just irks me, honestly. Where's his mother? I have questions.
Bruce, I am a transplanted woman and I am looking for a good man. Brother, look deep within yourself and stop eating curly fries.
Bruce might be my new favorite person.
Asian people have naturally straight hair. There are other races that have naturally straight hair. So even if I did want to straighten my hair, it wouldn't, like, who says it's because a white woman is doing it or because that's how their hair is. It could be because that's how our Asian woman's hair is. That's not the case at all for me, but I'm just saying it's not always white women, you know?
I do understand that, but I mean, like, if black people were never colonized, they would never even have the chance really to see anybody with straight hair in the first place. So if we lived in all black societies and black communities, it would be afros, it would be dreads, it would be twists, it would be things like that. So how could you not get it from a white person? Because Asians didn't colonize us, so it has to be them. Am I right?
I can definitely see it from your perspective.
Well, braids don't belong and aren't exclusive to black Americans. In fact, it didn't originate from you, so why is it appropriation when white women wear box braids?
People did not choose grocery prices over your human rights. People chose grocery prices over your delusions that your rights were being taken away in the first place. Nobody is taking away your rights. Trump was already president and he didn't take away gay marriage. He didn't enact a national abortion ban. So stop scolding working class people because they didn't prioritize your delusions over their ability to put food on the table. The people who talk so much about privilege don't seem to understand what a privileged position it is to be in, to be able to prioritize your own delusions that your rights are being taken away, to be able to prioritize that over your ability to put food on the table. I see so many people doing anything but reflecting on why the Democrat Party's message was such a resounding failure with the American people this election cycle. This was a sweeping red wave because people are tired of prioritizing fake issues. People are tired of coddling adults who demand that everybody prioritize their feelings over everyone else's ability to feed themselves.
I mean, who in their right mind would choose a good meal over a trans teacher? Make it make sense.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
For the life of me, I still can't stop thinking about this. I've had people threaten my life over the fact that they think that black people can't be racist. Shit like this goes down, and nobody from that side says anything. It's absolutely mind-blowing how many black people are on this app alone being racist to people like that and getting away with it. Can you imagine if a white woman did the exact same thing? Filmed an innocent black man for just sitting there. It bothered her so bad that he was just sitting there not doing nothing, that she had to film it and post it. The internet would tear her up. They would not let her live another day without being harassed. They would find her job, they would call her friends, they would call her family, they would call her dog, all because she filmed an innocent black man for not doing anything, and it bothered her. So what's the difference between this and that? Ladies and gentlemen, that is called black privilege.
And I know people were empathetic of her racism in the comments. I just know it. That man probably didn't even notice your existence.
Swifties, I'm buying as many blue beads and blue hearts as I can, and I'm gonna make bracelets, so we know who we can trust.
Oh no, not blue bracelets signaling that you voted for Kamala. I don't know how Trump will ever recover.
I'm trying hard to keep it together today.
That was you keeping it together?
So we're going to make friendship bracelets, and we're gonna keep each other safe.
She just seems really stable and well-adjusted. This is just peak virtue signaling. It is the epitome of performative activism with no actual sacrifice of any kind, but just trying to signal that you're one of the good people with a meaningless gesture that most people won't even notice or understand. It's actually condescending and kind of offensive, falsely suggesting that Trump supporters are unsafe to be around, or that minorities who this is targeted at are so fragile that they need to be reassured that they're in a safe space, when in actuality, most of them are resilient adults who can handle sharing space with people who might disagree with them on some things. Sorry, but I find this idea that you can trust people or not trust them based on how they vote incredibly toxic and inaccurate. There are good and bad people on both sides of the political aisle, and there are people who treat each other in the real world with kindness and empathy and respect from either political party, and there are people from either party who screw other people over and don't give a crap about anyone else. You just can't use politics as any sort of proxy for trustworthiness in business, in family, or in anything else. At least, not with any degree of accuracy or seriousness. But then again, maybe I'm wrong, because some of them are making the bracelets with crystals that offer protection or something.
How are community psycho bracelets supposed to assure you of safety of any kind? Also, is she in a classroom? Oh no.
You know. I like this particular one because it is made of lapis lazuli. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but that's the crystal. It is the crystal for power and protection, which I figure we could use a little bit of right now.
Well, I really have no rebuttal to this. I mean, if the blue bracelets are made of protective crystals, of course there'll be a powerful message and keep people safe. It's moments like this where I almost want to give up. Anyway, this whole trend just sticks out to me as obnoxious and dumb because it is yet more virtue signaling from woke people who seem desperate to signal that they're so good and so virtuous and they're not like the bad people, but they always seem dead set on doing it in ways that require no actual sacrifice or work of any kind on their end.
It's about crystals and makeup and shirts and colors, never doing anything of impact. How can an entire group of people be so societally cancerous and useless?
When the cops come get y'all black asses and they have full immunity after they boomed y'all, don't ask me to protest, because the answer's no. I'm not sharing a post, a hashtag, ask your president.
So people that are trying to get into little quips and jokes, I don't find this funny.
find reductive takes to be funny. The overwhelming majority of black people showed up to vote blue. And you can always a joke until the cows come home. But because Trump was elected, you're pardoning state-sanctioned violence. I'm like 99.9% sure that if a black person is boomed on the streets by an officer, you're not gonna find out if there was a Trump supporter. And I'm 100% sure that that wouldn't matter. But this is the same rhetoric that y'all use when these natural disasters ravish red states. Oh, they're a red state, they deserve it, even though there are blue cities in that state. Not everybody in those red states votes red. Typically, the people that vote blue are minorities. Like, y'all really showing your ass in the worst way. And this elitist attitude that y'all have towards people living in the South. We talk about that another day.
All that hatred in her heart must be stored in those cheeks, though. If that black person turns out to be someone close to you, though, would protests be open again?
Nah, I ain't even gonna hold you. It's one thing to wanna dry hump the pool as a grown man who should be clocked in at their job. It's one thing to wanna do that. But it's a whole nother thing to gather a bunch of other men, you know what I'm saying, and do it as a group project together. You hit your bottom lip and you did this together. Like we need to be able to talk about that. Y'all did that together. You know what I'm saying? Men used to solve problems. You know? They used to solve problems. Now they're gathering to dry hump a side of the pool together. And then they posted it. Like,
I just know they post fake financial podcasts on their Instagram. I can feel it in my bones.
So this is a really beautiful picture. I want my daughter to have the right to abortion that I didn't have. Hey mom, she's literally right there. She's right there. Hey, tell us you hate your daughter without actually telling us. Oh wait, you did. You wrote a whole ass sign about it. I will happily adopt this child and raise her before Grimace here completely ruins her. Can you guys help me out here?
When is the Liberal Mother of the Year award?
You ever been on a private jet before?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Want to find out?
No.
Another fake ice, private jet poser. Give me a break. If you own a jet, you wouldn't be on a balloon show, my guy.
Lindsay, I have seen you all over TikTok because your ugly mug seems to just pop up anywhere and everywhere, wherever it can. It's much like a dog turd in the yard. It's just, as far as the match is concerned, I'm still up for it. You said you were going to pay for it.
Let's do it.
So pay for it. I would love to kick it out of you in front of people. I mean, so that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about a match where we're kicking the shit out of each other. Well, I'd love to do it to you. I'd love to give people a good show.
First of all, Tommy, we had over 50 people in that live that were willing to help or actually pay for your flight ticket out to Arizona. And when we were trying to make arrangements, you ran. You dipped out. But it doesn't matter now because I'm super excited that you're willing to do this. So we need to make this happen. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be like one big party and we're going to raise a ton of money. So first we need to find a venue in Arizona. Second, we need to figure out how to get Tommy off the couch and to Arizona. And let's be honest here, the only reason why Tommy Boy over here is running his mouth is because he doesn't think anybody's gonna help contribute to his flight to Arizona to actually make this happen.
Would you look at that? A pedophilic woman beater excited to put his obese hands on a woman in public. Nothing crazy here. Just another day in the office.
Would you want to try one? It's vegan chicken. It's a little spicy though. It did, I did. Vegan was a good chicken though. She sadly passed away though.
This is not vegan?
Oh yeah, it's vegan like our chicken's named Vegan.
Now her therapist has to hear about all that. Not cool, man.
What's your least popular opinion?
There's no such thing as a human that's illegal.
Okay, so so you would support a bridge, not a wall.
I love a bridge.
A bridge would
I love
be
a
great.
bridge all the time.
Bridges are so fun because people put the little locks on them and they're very cute.
Everyone should take a mental competency test to see if they understand what politics really are before they vote.
Well, what a friend group. Well, it's a wrap. As always, shout out to you for watching. Thank you so much. Don't forget those buttons. See you in the next one.